Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly. And I've got a good one for you today because it's about to be a hard landing for everybody. So I don't care what industry you're in, things are about to turn rough. But one thing I noticed before I'm going to get started is it's a great idea. The Balboa Island Improvement Association, choose to be fearless. What a great way of starting off your year. So before I get into it, please take a second. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. Today we have a sponsor, Gold Mining Incorporated, and I will talk about them a little later. But let's get into it, guys. Everything in the economy right now shows flashes of instability in absolutely every single industry right now. And the industries that are doing well right now are the industries that are cleaning up the messes right now. And we saw this before. In 2006, 2007, you saw a lot of people that made a tremendous amount of money that were repossessing cars, evicting people, working in the bankruptcy industry, working in the liquidation industry. And, one thing that was sent to me that was absolutely fascinating is that, Elon Musk is going to have a garage sale right now for everything at Twitter. And you can buy the old Twitter assets right now. You can buy the Twitter furniture right now. It's all on sale right now. And, stuff starts at $50 a piece. And it's kind of crazy, guys, that you can be part of the auction for that company, but they will not raise enough money to do anything for that company. That's not going to happen. It's not going to do anything that's going to make a difference. So there's that. But look at everything that's going on around us. The real estate industry is having cracks. And again, I went to Vegas. It was an entire business trip. Had meetings. Yes, we had dinners out, but they were all for raising financing and different things that we were working on. And, it was not a play trip, to say the least. And I had people that wrote me and were like, hey, this is ridiculous. All you do is hang out and have fun. It's like, man, I needed a break from my trip because it was so busy. And, the other thing was the people that wrote me and said, it's a great time to buy a house. You're such a fool. It's such a fear-mongering person. You guys, I am telling you right now that you need to mark my words at how bad this is going to get. With everything that is getting sent to me in regards to the financing and in regards to how upside down entire tracks are right now. Now that it's a new year, we're going to start getting the numbers from all the different builders. And as these numbers pour in, we're going to see how many houses are incomplete, how many canceled contracts that they have. And Lennar Homes, I forgot who sent me this one, but I had talked about $20,000 in incentives, and somebody says, Dan, hold the phone. I've got one here in an email for $50,000. So I'll thank this person later. But look at this, guys, $50,000 in closing costs. How much 50 grand is? That's $50,000. It's a coupon for 50 grand, guys. Okay, but everything's great, Dan. And there's nothing to worry about in the economy. There's nothing to be concerned about. It's all going to go full steam ahead. Okay. You're an imbecile if you feel that way. Now, one thing that we are seeing is the smaller communities that had gone from 200,000 to 450, and they're starting to unload these places. Great article on how sellers are so desperate to get out of houses that they are paying people to get out of their house. In other words, listen, what can we do to give you the incentives to take over this house? Now, back in the 80s, there was a really cool thing. You could do financing where you could take over the payment, and it was really great. I mean, it really was great. Interest rates were much higher, loans were much lower, but you could sit there and say, hey, I have an assumable mortgage. And there's a lot of people of a certain age out there that are gonna go, oh, I remember those, Dan. And it's at 8.5%, it's at $86,000, and you can take it over, and the payment is, whatever it was a month, okay? And you could see if you could qualify for that. Basically, what's happening in the home building industry is these people are going out there and doing everything that they can to get people into the house that they want out of. And price drops, that's not enough. paying closing costs, remodeling the backyard, home improvements, pools, patio covers, new roofs, different things in the house that would just make the house that much better, and people are paying for this just for the thrill of getting out of a house. Now, if that doesn't tell you that things are bad in one form or another, you're kidding yourself right now. And all these areas, like Riverside County, I mean, I've always had a problem with this area. I've never thought of it as like nice. There are nice houses in every city. There are nice houses in every area. But when you take an area like Banning, California, and you put these houses in there that are $350,000, and then they shoot up to $600,000, who's going to buy these houses? Who's going to buy the incomplete houses that are not completed yet, that are halfway done? So we're going to see a lot of problems with this, and you're going to see the builders liquidate these homes. There's that. Next thing, banking. You're going to see such problems with banking right now that we've never seen. The liquidity of banks and the potential that a big bank could go out of business. Watch Greg Manarino, and his video is such that he believes that we're hanging by a thread right now. And I, for one, with the banking situation, with people having trouble getting money out of banks, people having trouble with deposits into their banks, that's a real problem. The other thing is Chase Bank has issued something where they say, hey, you need to get ready for tokenization if you have a merchant account with us. And one of the subscribers wrote me and sent me this image of the tokenization rules. And they're like, what is this? We're going to take, cryptocurrency. Well, you're going to have to. That's what's going to have to happen in the coming months. But again, you're going to wake up one day. Usually they think it's going to be on a Friday. And on a Friday, they're going to cut all the banks off. And we're going to be told that your money's no good and it's going to be digitized and turn your cash in and things like that. So we will see if that happens. But it's going to be a very, very difficult time when that happens. And then there's the stock market. Think about this. There has been trillions of dollars that has been lost in the last, year of our life. And people's IRAs and 401ks just got beat up last year. Now, some things did well, but majority of things went down. And, Elon Musk goes and buys Twitter, and all of a sudden Elon Musk is a bad guy with all these people. And there's a great article below that people are so fed up with Elon Musk that they're turning in their Teslas. No, they can't afford the Teslas, guys. That's why they're turning them in. Read the article. It's not because this guy bought another company. It's because your boyfriend sold you something that's incredibly expensive to operate, incredibly expensive to insure. Think about this. I was talking to somebody in the auto industry today, and he was telling me if you get sideswiped in certain cars that have the batteries, the whole car is destroyed. You could dent the battery in such a way that it could destroy the underside of the car, that could make the car worth nothing and have to be totaled. Okay, well, have good insurance, guys, if you drive one of those electric cars. So, share your thoughts on this stuff so far, and let me know what you guys think about this. Let's talk about our sponsor, GLDG, Gold Mining Incorporated. Now, I am not giving you financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but I love this company. I love the stock. I think it's an absolute winner. And you guys know that I prefer the mining stocks over everything else, but this is my favorite one, to say the least. Talked about this, I believe it was in November, and it's gone up 20% since that time. So thank you for the people that did decide to buy something. But let's talk about the company. The CEO of the company is Amir Adnani. And I have a tremendous amount of respect for Amir because he's basically royalty in the mining space. And one thing that they've done with gold mining is that they have gone out and they have just acquired other companies and other assets. They own 15% of Gold Royalty, which is a royalty gold company, which is absolutely fascinating. And again, trendsetters that set new industries up. They own, he started a uranium royalty company, and UEC, Uranium Energy Company, started that too. And the sky's the limit for gold mining. But the thing about this is that they have over $30 million ounces of silver right now. The analysts that are looking at this stock, which is just a little over $1 right now, have said that the stock could go as high as $6. Okay? So do what you want. Look at this thing, take a look at it, and check out Gold Mining Incorporated. Now, Gold Mining Incorporated owns over 30 million ounces of gold. At the mining rate that the industry uses, which is basically $30 an ounce, it would make that worth $900 million, which would basically be 8x in the money that you have in the stock right now. So you have to look at what people are doing, where they're headed, who's the management team, and Gold Mining is a great company. Again, I love Amir because he's just a leader in the mining space and has been, very successful with everything he's done. But here's the thing, with these mining stocks, don't buy them and think, oh my gosh, they're gonna go up exponentially in 4 or 5 days. It doesn't work that way, guys. This is a great play for 2023. And I want you to think about this. With all of the problems that we've had in the last year and how we need a safe haven investment, the safe haven investment is gold. And look at, GLDG as an investment in your portfolio and your 401k. I think it would be great for you guys. But take a look at GLDG. The thing about these mining companies is that there's a lot of, hopefully this will happen. These guys have over $80 million in cash right now. They own 15% of Gold Royalty. They have the Whistler project that looks to be incredibly successful. And you need to take a look at this. You need to take a look at the management team and where they're headed, because GLDG, I just think it's a winner, guys. I really do. Look at the gold industry as a whole. And what you have to look is the fact that gold reserves are in decline right now. And the companies that are mining, do they have the money to mine? You don't have to worry about gold mining because they've got $80 million in cash. They've got an experienced management team that is absolutely considered Gold Royalty. Now, there's 156 million outstanding shares in the company, but look at the key shareholders, okay? Oppenheimer, Marin Katusa, KCR, Sprout Global, BlackRock, all these places that are absolute players in the financial industry. But everybody knows, if you look at all the central banks right now, you look at all the different countries that are doing what? Buying gold. And they want a part of gold mining because of the fact of all the assets that they have in the ground is going to be absolutely huge in the coming years. This company is acquiring more companies, and it's going to be a much bigger play than a little over $1. So take a look at it today, guys. Again, I'm a huge fan of Amir Anani. I'm a huge fan of the entire management team, but I really think that there is something here. Not giving you financial advice, do your own due diligence, but take a look at GLDG today. Now you have to look at things like New York City. There are 9,000 nurses in New York that are about to go on strike because of a contract dispute. Man, oh man, oh man. I remember when we celebrated firemen, we celebrated nurses, we celebrated doctors. The world has changed. But, oh, you guys want more money? You guys, no. Okay, who does the work, guys? The nurses, okay? The doctor that showed up with my girlfriend at the end, you'd swing by, if you know what I mean. The nurses were there all the time, and they earned every nickel that they got paid, to say the least. And should they get more money? Yeah, they should. Gallup did a poll on where the economy's at right now and if people think that it's good or not. Guess what? People don't feel good. People don't feel good about their job prospects. People don't feel good about their companies. People don't feel good about the stock market. People don't feel good about real estate. It's crazy. So you've got to look at this in such a way that, if you know things are going in a certain direction, you can do something about it. You can make money. That was one thing that was absolutely fascinating about talking to the investment bankers and the people that we met in Vegas was, hey, this is just going to shift. And again, these guys aren't worried. It's not like, oh yeah, doom and gloom, it's all done. Yeah, it's doom and gloom for certain industries. But if you know that things are going to be bad, you can protect yourself. You can protect your business. You can cut costs. You can get rid of excess staff. And that's the other thing, is you're going to see massive layoffs starting this week that are going to take place, unlike anything you've seen in decades, okay? So get ready for that. I mean, it's funny. Think about Twitter selling their assets. Isn't that kind of crazy, guys, when you think about that? Having a garage sale for everything that was at Twitter. So what's next? You know, share your thoughts on this. And how do you feel about things? All the mail that I get, you know what? 98% of it is understanding that people need to cut back and make changes. You need to store food. You need to protect yourself. You need to make sure that you have enough assets, you know, to go live through this. Look at this guy. Look, it just came up. Hey, buddy. How are you? How are you?
Vicious attack.
Yeah, exactly. Hi, dog. Hi. So, God, the future looks bright. It really does. As much as there's gloom and doom, I'm telling you, you know, I feel good about the metals. I don't feel good about the crypto stuff right now. And I think that you're going to see an absolute shakedown in that industry, and it's just going to be fascinating to see where it goes. But I always appreciate the emails, guys. And again, the spammers and the bots and all that stuff inside the comments, report those people. Do me a favor and report them. Do yourself a favor. Nobody wants to read that stuff, because as soon as the video goes live, they start like, hey, contact me, message me. And there's a lot of people that watch us on alternative methods where they have different tablets that they can't respond on, TV, different things like that. So when you report those things, you're doing everybody else a favor as well. You know, now that we are in the first third of winter right now, we need to look at the energy problems that we're having around the country. And you guys can't avoid how things have spiked. The thing about energy costs is it is an absolute waste of money. It's not something that you get back. It's not an asset. It doesn't do you anything. It's not like going to dinner and you get the pleasure of sitting there across from your friend's family or a hot chick and sitting there saying, great, hey, I paid my electric bill. Hey, I paid the heating bill. Boston, up 36%. Hawaii, up 34%. Miami is up 35%. And Baltimore, up 24%. Now, here's the thing. That's a good deal compared to certain markets. Our market here in Southern California, it's up like 40% right now. But we don't have, you know, it's not cold, guys. You're not dealing with freezing temperatures right now and having to heat the house. You know, this is absolutely ridiculous that people are going through this. And the other thing is, now that the year is ended, people are starting to get Form 1099-Ks for selling things through different programs. Hey, this was not going to be given out. Now it's going to be given out. So a Form 1099-K is if you took money or from somebody through one of the apps, they used to do it after 200 transactions and 20 grand worth of transactions, either or, then they would send you that Form 1099-K. Not anymore, guys. They're doing it basically if it's over $600, and people are shocked about this. So, hey, they're gonna do it. Hey, they're not gonna do it. People are starting to get these forms, and you know, they look a little bit like this. I'm gonna block some stuff out that these people sent me, but that's what's happening. That's what you get to look forward to, is the finances and more reporting and more credit cards, transactions being reported. Think about the Venmo stuff where ladies would go out to dinner and, oh, you know, we'll just Venmo each other the money. People are going to get a 1099 for some of those transactions, and you can say that's not true. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys, because the energy costs are crazy. I just am broken when I hear these stories from people that write me about how they can't afford to heat the house and they have to make a decision on heating the house or eating. So share your thoughts on that stuff, guys. Audio. One thing I really like to do when I walk through high-end neighborhoods is look at the real estate offices and see the pictures in the window and what they're offering. You know, Arbor Real Estate, Got houses here. I know you can't see it because of the light transfer. You know, $6.7 million, 3.4, 5.7 million. I wonder if people actually walk by and say, oh, hey, we're gonna get that house. Let's go call those guys. I mean, some beautiful stuff, guys, to say the least. But look at the other stories, like Ricardo Reese, London School of Economics. He steps forward and he says, we're gonna absolutely have a hard landing in the economy, but what people don't realize is that they're gonna have to raise rates across the globe for everybody. So we're gonna pay more for absolutely everything because of all the stimulus and everything that was given away. So, you know, how do you guys feel about that? There's also an article below about how the Fed may have to do quantitative easing and start buying things. I don't think they've stopped, guys. I think that they're continuing to buy every single day. They have a trading desk on the New York Stock Exchange, and that's what they're doing. They're purchasing stuff right now. This week, great story out of Bloomberg. Goldman Sachs, our friends over there at that investment bank, right now, I heard somebody behind me, so I moved out of the way. The investment bank is saying that they're going to lay off 3,200 people to start. Remember, the best economy in our lifetimes. Everything is fantastic. We've never seen an economy this good, but Goldman Sachs is going to get rid of all these people. I am dying to see what the numbers were as far as the bonuses. If the bonuses were down 40% or 20%, if you know anybody that's an investment banker and they got clipped and they did not get their full bonus, or they got cut 20% or 30%, share that information with us, guys, because that, you know, none of us can relate to stuff like that. You know, the IRS in 2022, they also went after the smallest wage earners, people that made under $30,000, the average people that got audited from the IRS. So with all these new, you know, 87,000 agents that they've hired, it's going to be everybody else, guys. So they went after the little guy, and there's more to come on this stuff. So share your thoughts on this. And also, don't forget to take a look at our sponsor, GLDG, Gold Mining Incorporated, a great company, and do your own due diligence on that stuff, okay? Hey, I'm gonna finish the video with this last story. Do you guys remember Skylab? Okay, well, Skylab fell out of the atmosphere after it died and ran out of power. And one thing that happened is there was a rumor that it could hit here in Southern California. So you would have the wackadoos that would have, you know, big signs painted on their vans, official Skylab target, come hit me, you know, bullseyes and things that they would paint it. Well, there is a new NASA satellite that is losing power, and it's going to hit the Earth's atmosphere in the next day. Think about this. Here's the scary part. It's 5,400 pounds, and they say, hey, it could just basically, it should burn up when it enters the Earth's atmosphere, but there could be certain parts. But the problem is it's called the Earth Radiation Satellite. Hello, who wants that? Hey, listen, we had radioactive stuff land in our backyard. Oh my God, Kenny's glowing. What do we do? You know, okay? So if anybody gets a piece of this, call iAllegedly today, okay? So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. Just a quick video today to start the week off. I hope everybody's well. Onward and upward, guys. I will see you guys very soon.